Alright guys, welcome back to Sidewinder Shed. This is part 2 of working on Dodge and trying to fix that leak, and we got the timing case cover pulled off. And if you look right there, there's our problem. That gasket looks pretty fucking nasty. I'm lucky that the antifreeze was leaking to the outside and not inside down into the engine, because I'll be honest with you, once you get antifreeze in your oil, depending on how much is in there, man, it only takes a half hour to wipe out the bearings. It don't take long at all, again depending how much is in there. But yeah, there's our problem. That's the that's where the water pump goes through the timing chain cover, and this is the block right there, and that's where it was leaking, where the timing chain cover connects to the block. There's some crud in there. I'll clean that out. This other side ain't much better, but at least it wasn't leaking. Now here's the timing chain cover. All right, and this is the back side of it, so this would be on the driver's side. Still looking pretty gnarly. And there's the passenger side. You can see there wasn't much of a gasket left. That's why I was really surprised, but thankful that the water wasn't leaking to the inside. It was leaking to the outside edge. But we'll go ahead and get this thing all cleaned up. The timing chain and the timing gear on this thing, though, looks really good. It's still fairly tight. These old LA engines don't have a timing chain tensioner like the Magnums do, but you can put one on. One, they sell them aftermarket, and two, if you go to a junkyard and you happen to see one on a Magnum, you can bolt them right in, and it takes up the slack. But this ain't bad at all. It's pretty tight. Anyway, yeah, we'll go get this thing cleaned up, and yeah, the other thing, if you notice, since this has a throttle body fuel injection, there is no cam lobe, or no eccentric I should say, right behind that bolt. You see that weird looking little spacer there? On the old engines that had fuel pump on it, right there used to be what looked like a cup, and it's called an eccentric. It had a lobe on it, and it bolted right in there, so you could run your fuel pump. Your fuel pump arm would come in and ride on top of that. And right here on this timing chain cover, you can see where they cast it to have a manual fuel pump put in, but it's blocked off. They never machined it out. So this engine, when I get my cam, I can order the short nose or the long nose cam. It doesn't matter. Right now it's got the short nose cam in it because it doesn't have the eccentric on it. So it doesn't make a difference. I have to decide what I want to do, because when I put this engine back together, not today, but after I'm done building it, I might go ahead and put the timing chain cover for a Magnum on it, and all the accessories, I have them, and run the V-belt, run the serpentine belt instead of the V-belt. I might go ahead and do that. I'm not sure. But anyway, that's where the water pump comes through. And like I said, you can see how bad that gasket is. I'll be honest with you. A year ago, I brought this down to the shop, and told him I needed a timing chain cover gasket. You guys tell me, does this look like this gasket's a year old? I'm really thinking I got screwed. I got taken advantage of. Yeah. Because for something that's only a year old, I don't think that even leaking, I don't think this gasket should look that bad. Let me put it to you this way. At the same time, actually the week before I brought this to shop, dropped it off for 2 weeks, I just put this water pump on, and right there is what a year-old gasket looks like on the water pump. Okay, you can see the blue goop that I used. Yeah, I did go a little heavy with it, but what I'm saying is that gasket is nice and thick. Okay, now obviously this one wasn't leaking, but the gasket that's on there, that wasn't leaking everywhere. Just happened to be leaking in the same place this year that it was last year. Right over here. And to me, that doesn't look like the remnants of a new gasket. That looks like maybe somebody went in there and just cranked on the bolts till it stopped leaking. I don't know, I'm a little confused. But anyway, I haven't done this shit in years, so anyone out there with a little more experience, and especially with Dodge, you know, this is my first time dealing with Mopar products on a regular basis. So anyone out there with a little bit more experience and everything, leave a comment. Tell me if tell me if that looks like that was replaced a year ago. I'm a little on the fence on this. It may have been, but my God, if it was, they didn't bother cleaning it. They just slapped a new one on with a little bit of RTV. But anyway, I'll show you what I'm talking about when I say clean it. When I come back for part 3. All right, y'all have a good day. Oh yeah, by the way, before I sign off here, let me have a look-see at my harmonic balancer. Yeah, get a big old chunk missing out of it. It's a damn shame, because other than that, the rubber on this thing, it's in good shape. It's not loose, it's firm, there ain't no wiggle in it, it's not squished out anymore on one side than the other. And the feel of it, the way it's tapered, you know, they changed the designs on these things here a lot, but it's not perfect, but this thing still had another 10 years left on it, I would say. So it's a damn shame, but I got a new one coming. I got to pick it up tomorrow. Found a shop that actually still carries these things. But anyway, all right, that's it for now, guys. I'm gonna go clean this crap up, and we'll see you for part 3, part 4, part 5, and part 6, probably, the way things are going. But yeah, I'm gonna clean all this up. I'll probably put the gasket on and the timing cover back on with a little bit of RTV, And since I'm not in that big of a hurry and I can't finish it up today, I'll probably let it set up overnight so it gets a good solid seal, and then I'll put the water pump and the water pump gasket on, because I didn't take the fan off and I don't want the weight of that pulling anything down. Although the damn harmonic balancer is actually what centers that timing chain cover, so I might just leave it like this overnight till I get that new harmonic balancer. That way there I won't throw anything off, because it don't take much. And I don't know, maybe that's what they did. They took too long, let it set up overnight, and then put the harmonic balancer on, and it just tweaked the alignment just a little bit. Anyway, y'all have a good night. When I do something else, I'll get back to you with part 3, or maybe a little addition to this one. Who knows? Anyway, take care, and thanks for watching. We'll catch you all later.